I haven't done this in a while, and I couldn't figure out what else I wanted to do for a stream. Um, wait, oh wait, I thought it meant making Mad Libs, not a music artist that was called Madlib. Okay, there's this. I hope I spelled invisible correct. I guess so. Why are there so many adjectives? I'm not going to put this in the verb section, but there was a shower thought that said any word can be a verb if you wrong it enough. And I could have put it in there, but that's not what this is about. I'm not putting it in there. Wait, that's not a verb. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna get. Is that how you spell it? Okay, that's how you spell it. Oh, I read it and then like um okay, what did you want to show me? Like, if you can send me the link, I'll be able to look at it. Okay, I thought of sharp. There's too many adjectives. I'm just kidding. I guess that could be a term of endearment, so I'm just gonna put it in there. I am joking, of course, but like I'm putting it in there anyways. Okay, after I'm done reading this Mad Lib, I'll just um I'll check it out. Um I don't know if you know what this is, but it's where you like write a bunch of words that fit whatever category is in here, and then they are put in certain parts of a story. So like the story doesn't make sense because like you don't know what it's gonna be like, so you don't know where the word is gonna go and what the story is gonna say. I hope that makes sense. Um, is that how you spell flimsy? I guess so. Okay, I hope I didn't already see this. Rachel's heart did a sink in the lobby of the Spring Hill Suites, her stringy engagement ring. What does that mean? Adorned a booming diamond. That sounds really cool, actually. It was gone. Vanished. In Orlando, of all places, that's during an invisible business trip. She'd arrived that afternoon, a blur of cold airports and smashed taxis. Why are they smashed? Are they safe to go in? It has to be here. She slipped, dumping her long suitcase on the pit. On the pit, more like, usually you would say in the pit. A metal knock announced her co-workers. Jaina and Todd, they'd seen her scraped face in the hallway and came to flip. Everything okay? Todd asked, looking golden. I eh, that worked pretty well because it looks like they are saying they looked really good that day, I guess. My ring, Rachel cried, waving her hands. I've lost it. My fiance Carl is going to be so suspicious. That works very well. Todd and Jaina jumped into action. They also searched the study room, under the disc, behind the CDs, even in the pretty tree. Okay, pretty tree works pretty well together. Their sharp search took them across Orlando. Jaina checked loose, lost and founds, peered into dangerous fountains. Why are they dangerous? And Todd even asked a numerous Mickey Mouse. There's one of them, but it says numerous. If they'd seen a dry ring, as the sun set, her hose faded. Rachel felt parched. Okay, that works really well. Like, she's been searching all day and she's thirsty, I guess. Back at the dusty hotel, it needs to be cleaned. Her hair strand rang. What? Why? Okay, it was Carl. Hey, loser, she said. Your ring's on the spooky bathroom paddle. You must... I guess it's a Halloween-themed paddle. You must have left it before you left for the trip. Painful silence, then flimsy laughter. Whatever that means. Todd and Jaina sliced with relief. There it is. Now, I'll check the first one out. Are these YouTube videos? I guess so. I'll look them up on YouTube. Okay, now, this is a channel, does it matter which video I watch on this? I mean, this looks really fun, but I don't know if you want a specific video. Second, okay. So like this was the third one from the top. Okay.
Well, once again, I have the need for speed. Now previously, I designed these 3D printed
making an engine with Legos, that is crazy.
Valves that fit onto standard LEGO engine cylinders to turn them into fully functional air-powered engines, like this V8. And near the end of my experiments, I arrived at this simple, more compact design with a rubber leaf valve that got some pretty crazy speeds. But as good as this was, there's some crucial ways in which I think I can improve it even more. So today, I'm going to try and refine my design and see if we can combine them into a 2-cylinder and even a 4-cylinder configuration for extra torque. If you'd like to print my designs for yourself, you can use the links in my description. And of course, we also need to see if they can actually power something real, so we'll send the power through a clutch to a generator to allow us to really use their speed. And of course, at the end, we'll try an all-out speed test. Just how fast can we get these things to actually run? So, what makes me think my old design needs an overhaul? Well, this is my old engine that I resurrected from my drawer of random lubed up contraptions that I try to keep separate so they don't make everything else sticky.
What if I add a small amount of weight to the flywheel?
And as you can see here, it's not doing so hot anymore. She used to purr like this. But now, looking at the tachometer, we're barely getting 1500 RPM. Oh, my first thought is maybe she's thirsty and just wants a bit more lube.
Well, the piston head still seems to be in great condition. I wonder if the O-ring is now not making great contact with the cylinder.
Yeah, I really think these are some cool machines they're making, but I'll make my... I wanted Mad Libs. Where are the Mad Libs? There. Now, Adventure in the Amazon Jungle. Actually, I think I've gone to this website before. I'll go to a different website. Have you played this before? Like, Mega? Brave? Why is Shrek on here? I have watched this, so this is not in English and I don't speak this language. AI math generator, interesting. I thought about that before. I think AI would do a lot better at making the words to fill into a Mad Lib story than making the story that I have to fill in. At least for now, like, I don't know. Never know. The thing is, yeah, this is kind of short. I don't trust this website. What's a friend? Yeah, oh, I, okay. Uh, enter an adjective, okay. Hamster Hunter. I mean, if it's a free game, I can probably play it like immediately. But I will have to wait for games I have to buy. Yeah, I try to be funny because I want to like um I want to it does make it more interesting, I guess, like the videos and streams more interesting. And I like when people just put like do this with their videos or streams. I mean, Queso seems to do it a lot. Like, there's like a lot of humor he uses, so the streams are more interesting. I don't know if you watch them, but they're on Twitch. Enter a place, and they do upload their live stream clips to YouTube. Um, well, let me think. Uh, the back rooms, why not? Well, I guess first of all, it is sometimes hard to hear what I'm saying. I guess they think like they want someone more professional. Like the microphone I'm using is in the computer, and it's not very high quality, so it is hard to tell what I'm saying sometimes. I don't know if that's one of the reasons why. Enter an adjective. An adjective. Electric, I guess. How do you say? Okay. Um. Allen key. Um. Is that how he's? I saw like the red stuff on it. Okay, let me. I'll just put nut on here. I guess. I used to like be able to. There was a microphone I used for some of my videos, but I don't know where it is, and it's not really mine. Um, I borrowed it. Enter a noun. Um, cane. I might as well do pool rooms because I did back rooms. I've actually never been outside of my own country, which is the United States. It is pretty big, but like I've never left this country before. Um, an adjective would be um reflective? Reflective. No. They re I don't know if that's how I spell it. I guess it is. Oh. One fine day at the pretty zoo, a animal decided to chuck through the entrance towards the back rooms. Um, I hope they can escape the back room soon. Little did anyone know, this would be the beginning of an incredibly electric adventure. Uh, as the nut pranced along the pathways, um, the kind of nut I was talking about was like the metal nuts that you screw onto things, not the food, just so you know. It attracted the attention of a group of amazed visitors. Every turn of the corner revealed a new sight as the cane continued to elevate, leaving everyone in a state of pure surprise. After a long exploration of the zoo, the wheel finally reached the pool rooms, where it decided to rest. Zoogoers couldn't stop talking about the reflective creature that brought so much excitement to their day. It truly became a day to remember for everyone involved. Okay, this one didn't make much sense, but let's try this. Um, if you're suggesting the word radioactive, I guess I'll try it here. I mean, you can do it. You can do your, like, I guess you can look for some, like, on this link. A noun, um, jelly, a verb, um, vibrate, adjective, incinerated. I don't know how to spell that word, so I guess I'll just forest fire. Adjective, okay. Slippery, into a place. Um, Jupiter, into a verb. Pole, oh, I didn't see that, I'll try that for the next one. An adjective, layered. Generate the story. In a galaxy not so far away. I mean, all of them are really far away, except my own, like the one we're in, because they're really big. A radioactive spaceship embarked on a peculiar mission that doesn't seem very safe, by the way, to explore the depths of the universe. Its main pilot, a jelly, um, whatever that means, with a knack for adventure, was ready to vibrate. Okay, I guess it vibrates through the cosmos and find new discoveries. The crew of the spaceship was a team of highly skilled yet slippery beings, each with their own quirks and talents that contributed to their unique mission. On their journey, they made a stop at the Instead of saying Jupiter, it says the Jupiter. Well, it's very convenient. I mean, never mind. I guess they got really close to us because they went to Jupiter, where they encountered an unexpected challenge. As the forest fire tried to pull their way through, the entire crew found themselves in a layered situation. That makes a lot of sense. Yep. Creating memories that would be told for generations back home. Their voyage became legendary, proving that even the most daring missions come with unforgettable tales. I mean, of course. Okay, we're going to the next one. Um, died. That's the only verb in here. Adjective. Uh, charred, because this is food related. Insert a noun. Uh, cocoa bean. I don't know if that's how you spell it. I spelled bean wrong. Um, cherry. Enter a place. Um, Taiwan. Okay, yeah, that's how you spell it. Maybe. The ad enter it says enter a adjective. It should say enter an adjective. Um, enter an adjective. Um, spicy. Grandma's kitchen was always filled with charred aromas. Okay, that's interesting. And clanging pots and pans. One day she decided to make her famous cherry stew. That's interesting. Which was required an unusual ingredient that could only be found in Taiwan. With her well-worn recipe book open, she carefully dyed each ingredient into her pot. Okay. Adding her secret touch to each step. As the stew simmered, family members gathered around eagerly waiting for a taste. Grandma, with a twinkle in her eye, would never reveal the true recipe. Only she knew the special spicy technique that brought out the perfect flavor. That evening, with everyone's bellies full, Grandma's stew became the talk of the town. Um, how many people did she feed it to? If the whole city is talking about it, that would be really cool. But like, did ev most people probably didn't in the town probably didn't get any. Adding another chapter to her legendary kitchen tales. You know, the if you want to think of it, like it, you can imagine this is like not her home kitchen, but this is like she has like a restaurant and it's her restaurant kitchen and like her family members um are like going to it, I guess. So okay. Enter a place. The second floor. Yeah, that is very vague, so I think it will be pretty funny. Enter a noun. Um, watermill. Enter an adjective. If there's a oh, there's a place over here, Bangladesh. Desk. Okay, desk. Adjective. Now, an adjective, okay. Soft. USA. That's over here. Enter a verb. I don't know how to spell that. Okay. Dropped. It's not a past tense verb, so I'm gonna say drop. Enter an adjective. Empty. Enter an adjective. Wet. Enter an adjective. Springy. Tight. I'll just put tight over here. As the annual The Second Floor Talent At the annual The Second Floor Talent Show, a watermill took the stage wearing a soft outfit that no one could have predicted. The crowd gasped as it began to drop wildly, leaving. If a water if a watermill dropped, I assume it means that it fell down and it's not safe to be around it because like it could fall on you, I guess. Even the judges who had seen it all couldn't stop talking about the performance. The show only got more empty. When a desk joined in from the audience, adding to the wet chaos on stage. By the end, the entire Bangladesh, which is, by the way, Bangladesh has a lot of people in it, was cheering and dancing. It was clear that this year's talent show would be remembered as the most tight event in the history of the USA. Um, Tight used to be a slang word. um, Enter a place. A house. Yeah. Here, Bangladesh. There's a place over here. Enter an adjective. Soaked. Enter an adjective. Hard. Enter an adjective. Scratched. Yep. Enter a verb. Found. As the sun set over a house. That's not correct grammar, but you know what it means. A group of campers gathered around the fire to hear a soaked story. The storyteller, known for their hard tales, began with a low whisper, describing a VHS tape. Yeah, okay. Um, yeah, thanks. As the story went on, the campers could feel a chill running down their spine. Suddenly, a VCR in the woods made a scratch noise. Oh no, they're actually over here, causing everyone to found. That is a past tense. Nope, 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 nope. Oh my gosh, it is freezing. Okay. I was worried. It was freezing. I was worried the computer would shut off. Let me just close something. There we go. Okay. So, anyways, suddenly a VCR in the woods made a scratch noise, uh, causing everyone to frown in surprise. The night was filled with laughter and shivers, and nobody dared to leave the campfire until the first light of dawn appeared over the Bangladesh. I guess you're talking about the mysterious authority image compilations I've been making. I I really like don't know how easy it is for other people to understand it yet. Um it's like yeah, I mean if maybe you can look up I'll look at this like there is like a kind of pretty easy way to find these kinds of images. Uh Aesthetics. Okay. Um Now, okay. Oh, I can't find those on here. Um, well, there's. I guess this is pretty easy. I didn't even find those. Okay. I thought Apple stores would be on this subreddit, but it's not. The unexpected guest at dinner. Is it? Yeah, maybe. What the? It's Saturday today. Okay. Um, did you know today is Pi Day? And okay, in the United States, uh, okay, like with the way we write dates, we put the month first, and then we put the day, and then we put the year. Usually around the world, the day is first, then the month, then the year. But with the way we write it, it allows us to like celebrate March 14th um as like okay, um there's a specific number that like people learn in like geometry class where um the sequence of numbers after the decimal after the dot goes on forever, um and this is the most I can remember, by the way. Like I remember this, but it's like um so today, because we put the month first and then the day and then the year, um we so March is the third month of the year, and so we put it first, and then 14 is the today is March 14th, so um 14 is next. So as you can see, this matches up with this pi number. Pi is the name of the number, by the way, but it's Uh, I have a Google Voice phone number, but I don't remember. I don't remember it. I really don't use it that much. I probably should. I mean, yeah, I don't have like I don't. Never mind. Um, so like um the number pi is spelt like this. Um, but the food pie is spelt like this. So like we call it Pi Day because like um the date with the way we write it in the US, in the United States, matches up with the pi number, um with the pi the geometry number, and a lot of times people bake pies for it because, I mean, the word for the geometry number sounds like the word for the food, so a lot of times people bake pies for it. Um, yeah, enter an adjective. That was a really long tangent. Um, you can think of some words for this if you want. Find a place. Bangladesh. Um, bead. Um, steamy. Enter an adjective. What is this? Yeah, it's an adjective. Enter an adjective. Explosive. Enter a noun. Uh, a seed. Enter a verb. Tick. Enter an adjective. Fast. Enter a place. Um, Disneyland. Just as the family sat down for a overlapping dinner at the Bangladesh, a loud knock interrupted them. Are you famous? When they opened the like, are you talking about the channel you're using to comment on the stream or a different channel? When they opened the door, they were greeted by a bead, an inanimate object, with a steamy smile, whatever that means. It claimed to be their long-lost cousin and insisted on joining the meal. Everyone exchanged glances, unsure what to make of this explosive visitor. As the seed began to take stories about the old days, the family couldn't help but laugh. By the end of the night, they were convinced that the fast guest was the best surprise they had in years, and it left the Disneyland with a promise to return next holiday. I guess it's like Christmas, I don't know. Oh. The lost treasure map. The X where the treasure is. Okay, Bangladesh. Bangladesh will be over here. Enter a noun. Pipe. Enter an adjective. Poisonous. Enter a noun. Court. Enter a verb. Slide. Enter an adjective. Slick. Enter an adjective. Digital. Enter an adjective. Dark. Enter a noun. Wick. In a dusty attic of an old... The grammar on this. In a dusty attic of an old the X where the treasure is. A pipe stumbled upon a poisonous treasure map hidden under a pile of corks. Without a moment's hesitation, the adventurer decided to slide off in search of the legendary treasure. Along the way, they encountered obstacles from a slick river to a digital canyon. Is this, oh, where is it? Where's... Oh, yeah, I didn't see it yet. I guess we'll watch it right now, because I forgot what it was, but let me figure it out. Let me look at it. Okay. Yeah, now... Oh, yeah, this... The first video, okay. So, like, hold on. This video, I made the strongest armored cargo train in Minecraft Create mod. Okay.
I made this. I made the coolest armored cargo train in Minecraft. With 2 huge engines, super armored cargo wagons, and a nose that could cut through everything. This is the Trail Reaper. Hello, welcome back to a new video. My name is Ross, and today we are going to make an insanely insanely awesome train. Now I started to work on this train in an earlier video, which is this one, but if you haven't seen that one yet, don't worry, I will give you a small recap. So let's not wait and start building this awesome train. It's gonna be a train a bit like the Snowpiercer and some sci-fi kind of train. I'm gonna make something really cool, at least I'm gonna try. Okay, starting with a clean slate. Of course, we need some bogies, and we are going to make a few of them. And the first one should be very small, very simple, and then the back one should be a little bit bigger. I'm not sure where I'm gonna place that one, but let's see, which one should we use? We have standard or trailing. I think I will go for standard, really and maybe 3 wheels could be cool. Maybe a layout like this. This could work. I'm gonna make a pretty badass train where we have a very slanted front. So I want the front wheels to be lower and then the back wheels a little larger, and I put the pistons on the back for both of them, so they fill in these little gaps as well. So that looks pretty good. I think this is a good layout. I think we can work with this. Now, I've not played a lot with this mod pack, but we have a few different mods. For example, we have the framed blocks mod instead of the copycats, which gives you a lot more options. Now, I do want to keep it a little bit Minecraft-like and not completely go crazy with all these weird corners and stuff. Okay, so frame blocks do work on trains, so that's also good to know. We do have copycat as well, so we can work with that. I turn on my shaders, and also, what do you guys think? Should I play with shaders in videos or not? Because normally I always play with shaders, but I wonder what you guys think, if I should have shaders on or not. Anyway, a little tip, if you want to have a nose that goes all the way to the rail, just break the rails in front of it, as long as you don't break the rails underneath these carriages or the bogies. And then you can place blocks, and then when you glue everything together, it becomes...
So I could like watch this while I'm also doing these. I guess I'll try that because I still want to keep doing this.
Becomes an entity when you make a train, and then you can reconnect the rail again. So then you can build a little bit lower than you normally would be able.
I was reading this. From a slick river to a digital canyon. After days of searching, they finally arrived at the Bangladesh marked on the map. Inside, they found the treasure, a collection of dark objects from the past. It was the kind of adventure that only happens once in a lifetime, and the Wick returned home with memories and treasures to last forever. Okay. I guess like I was
able to. So I think the nose will start from here. We will go sideways like this, and then we will taper off and go backwards. I think that's a nice silhouette. I think this shape is pretty good, so we're gonna roll with it. I try to not make too many of these slope stuff because, yeah, it kind of takes away the Minecraft feel. But I think this is gonna be a very cool train with this shape. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna work on the train, and I'm gonna do a time lapse of that, because otherwise this video will be 2 hours long and I don't want that. So basically what the plan is to make a very fortress-like train. So it will be very armored, almost no windows, a lot of engine parts, and I want these wheels to be seen. So we will make like an arch that goes, or like a fender basically, that goes around this wheel and then goes up and then goes over these wheels as well. So we have the wheels inside. And I think that will be a very, very cool train.
From the top, let's go!
That's already so incredibly cool. I gave it a name. I gave it the
gameplay
Trail
is kinda
Reaper,
crazy.
and I also tried to give it some numbers and
It's
stuff
an
like that. But
adjective.
this looks the coolest. I at least made the bare bones of it. So we have the style, we have the shape of
Metallic.
it, and I love this. I love the show.
Oh, the copyright strike. Oh, was it the music that could have caused it? Well, it's over now. For some reason, like, I just when I see like Captain Sparkles, for example, like like yeah, sometimes like I see him and like freaking out because there's copyrighted music and tries to mute it or whatever, and I'm like, oh wait, I forgot that you have to worry about the copyright strike with those. Um, so of course I forgot about with my own stream until it was like over. I should have read the chat, but I don't know when you said the message. Enter a verb.
Sharp
The
angle,
music isn't
and
here
then it
anymore, so I
rounds
guess
off a
it's fine.
little. And I don't know, it's so cool. It looks so awesome. Of course, I'm only making one side and then we copy to the other side, but this looks so cool. So what I did was actually I started, of course, with a nose. I wanted to give it some kind of cockpit, but I would like to make it glow in the dark. So if I make it night, you can see that it is glowing. Same goes for the engine over here. I did this in one of my other trains as well, and it's such a cool little extra detail. These are just like crushing wheels, and in between you have like this little gap, and I placed these magma blocks behind it, and that gives that little glow. So that's really, really cool. I still have to figure out what I'm going to do here, and I'm still having to figure out what to do here. Also, the stone is still a placeholder. I do like the gray color though, so I will try to find a block that has a similar color. So some gunmetal kind of gray for this train.
Okay,
But
now the story is generated, so I'm gonna read it. While taking a quiet evening back to the IO, while taking a quiet evening walk through the IO, a fork noticed a strange, spiky light in the sky. Before they knew it, a spaceship had landed right in front of them. A metallic alien stepped out and greeted them with a friendly grasp. The alien, who introduced itself as Zorg from Planet Stick, invited the Knot for a quick tour of the galaxy. Is this just like some advertiser? I'm just kidding. I guess like this is like some way of them showing like places they might want to look at, and then later on like they might want to pay for the full experience. I don't know. As they traveled through space, they shared tales of closed creatures and worlds filled with radiant landscapes. Okay, that does sound really cool. Radiant landscapes sound cool. Yeah, I see your message. It might be able to get more people. I'll look. I'll think about it. When they finally returned to Earth, the corner had a story no one would believe. If it was like from like the 20th century, like, and they recorded it, they would like uh okay, I don't know. I mean, there's like a time when they could record it and then like they could show it to people and people might believe it, and like it would be likely that they would have something to record it on with them at the time, like um when when smartphones were popular but AI hadn't boomed yet, like it would have been the best time for something like that to happen. The mysterious fortune cookie. Enter a place. California, because that's where they were invented. They were invented in California. I'll do Bangladesh over here. Yeah, they're not from China. They're from California. Enter a noun. Chopstick. Enter an adjective. Wooden. Enter a verb. Scramble. Enter an adjective. Lucky. Enter a noun. Pair of glasses. Enter a noun. Toy top. After a long day at the California, a chopstick decided to treat themselves to some takeout. When they cracked open their fortune cookie, they found a strange wooden message. You will soon scramble with the lucky stranger. The pair of glasses laughed, but a little part of them couldn't shake the feeling that something unusual was about to happen. The next day at the Bangladesh, they encountered a toy top who seemed oddly familiar. By the end of the conversation, it was clear that the fortune cookie's prediction was more accurate than they could have ever imagined. Oh, that's like Alice in Wonderland, I guess. Oh, I forgot to I
But
will
not
pay
stone,
attention
because
to
you
this, don't worry.
clearly can see that it is stone. But yeah, this train is so awesome. So let's just keep on working on this and try to finish it off.
From the top, let's go. One, two.
And there we go. Yeah, I kind of rushed through everything. There's not a lot that I added, but yeah, it's done. And I kept the gray. I kept the stone. So yeah, I didn't add that much. I just finished the whole train. Don't look at this part, the back bogie or the back wagon, because that's just me trying something, see what it looks like. This is not the actual design.
How did I forgot about I forgot about the music again. Like, I was just, wait, did that actually happen? Let me check. Now, let me, maybe I didn't, I don't know. I hope it doesn't happen. Yeah, I'm not very good at trying not to get the copyright things. Gold tooth. Enter an adjective. Hot. Enter a noun. Teapot. Enter a place. Bangladesh. Enter an adjective. Lush. One day, a bonkers mirror appeared at the castle. Curious, Awan decided to take a look. The reflection wasn't their usual self, but a version that seemed narrow and ready to sigh into an adventure. Uh, are you bored of this adventure? Adventures are supposed to be exciting. Um, as the Gold Tooth stepped closer, they were transported into a world inside the mirror where everything was hot and filled with teapots. They spent hours exploring before realizing it was time to return to reality. When they finally stepped back, the Bangladesh looked ordinary again, but they knew they had seen something truly lush. Okay, the superhero in disguise. Um, enter a place. By the way, a space elevator is actually like something that China wants to build by the 2050s. I don't know if it will be able to, but like, um, it's like, an elevator that leads to space from Earth. Um, so it's not just like maybe it could be made like in a few decades. I don't know. Um, pyramid. Uh, lens. A verb. Okay. Um, wrote. Adjective. Torn. Noun. Um, death. That is a noun. Adjective. Adjective. What's an adjective? Adjective. Okay. Sometimes it's hard to think of these things immediately, but uh, faded. Bangladesh. Enter an adjective. Uh, futuristic. Everyone at the space elevator knew that the pyramid was a little strange. No one suspected the truth. They were actually a superhero. Every night, the lens would secretly. Wrote is past tense. I forgot. Secretly write to fight crime in the city, with a torn disguise and a trusty death by their side. That is very dark, by the way. They kept the streets safe from danger. One day, their secret almost got out when a faded villain arrived at the Bangladesh looking for them. Quick thinking and his futuristic escape plan saved the day, and the superhero's identity remained a mystery to everyone around them. The haunted library. Enter a place. Diner. Enter a noun. Plate. Enter an adjective. Salty. Enter a noun. Mug. Enter a verb. Mug, as in rob. Enter an adjective. Mugged. Enter an adjective. Stale. Late one night at the diner, a plate found themselves alone in a dimly lit library. They could hear the faint, salty whisper of old books. They must be really mad. Or salty, by the way, also is like kind of an emotion, not just like a lot of salt added to something. Like it also means a lot of like a kind of emotion, like how someone might feel after losing like a game with someone else, and they're like, I wish I won the game instead. Um, as they wandered the aisles, they spotted a mug that seemed to be what? That seemed to be mugging on its own. Curiosity got the best of them, and they approached the book. Suddenly, the room filled with a mugged light, and they were transported into the story itself. Okay, like if you could like get transported into like any story, like it can be a movie or a book or a TV show, like what would it be? Um, think about how easily you would survive it, by the way. Um, but also like how much you would like the world that it's in. When they finally returned to reality, they were left wondering if it had all been a stale dream or if the library really was haunted. Um, the mysterious box. Bowl. Curved. Bangladesh into an adjective. Cardboard into a noun. Knife into a verb. Tip into an adjective. Rare. Okay. One day, a bull stumbled upon a curved box left on the doorstep of the Bangladesh. Intrigued, they brought it inside and opened it carefully, revealing an assortment of cardboard items. That doesn't seem very valuable, that seemed to have a life of their own. As the knife examined each item, they realized the box had magical powers, and each object could tip in a unique way. That night, they fell asleep with the box by their side, wondering what other rare surprises it held. Okay, that works very well. What other rare surprises it held? It works very well. The Island of Misfit Toys. Um, CGI, which means computer generated imagery. A noun. Um, uh, stuffed. Wait, what? That's a noun. Blanket. Ooh, hanging. Is that how you spell scoffed? Okay. Lost. Uh, Nub. Stranded on a CGI island, a blanket found themselves surrounded by toys that had been left behind. Each toy had its own hanging personality and a special ability to. Uh, oh, that is past tense. Why do I keep forgetting this? A special ability to lose. The toys welcomed the nub and shared tales of their island adventures. Together, they went on a quest across the island, uncovering secrets and forming bonds that would make even the strangest toy feel like family. It was an unforgettable time on the island of misfit toys. Enter a noun. Fist. Enter a place. Bangladesh. Enter an adjective. Sparkly. Enter a noun. Glass shard. Enter a verb. Break. Enter an adjective. Blue. Enter an adjective. Orange. Enter a place. Hot air balloon. After saving for years, a fist finally booked a dream vacation to the Bangladesh. But the things took a sparkly turn when their luggage was replaced with a glass shard instead. A single glass shard. They were determined to make the best of it. They decided to break around the destination with their makeshift supplies. Despite the setbacks, they met a blue group of friends. I guess that means they're really sad. I don't know. Encountered orange landscapes. They must be like in some very pretty sandy places, and realized that sometimes the best memories come from the unexpected. They returned home with a suitcase full of stories and a newfound love for hot air balloon. Hot air balloon. That's all of them. I did not mean to do this. Okay. Well, we got this video. What?
But yeah, the train, the front part is basically done. I gave it some
look
kind of
up what
nose
this train looks like
design,
after it's
so that looks
finished.
pretty strong now, and yeah, everything else is now completely done. So I hope you are now caught up, and as you can see, I did something different to the train. I have some weird colors around it, and what I did in the meantime is actually switch colors. I changed the stone for concrete, and I must say that looks awesome. It's sad that we don't have any darker color of these, but other than that, this looks actually really sick. I think I will go for this. So that means I will switch this side also into concrete. And
There we go. This looks awesome. This looks super cool.
yeah, I really like the darker color. I was trying to make some really cool kind of Snowpiercer train-like thing. And the inspiration is a little bit like this sci-fi, like old 80s or 90s anime kind of Gundam kind of structure. So it doesn't make sense.
Just got so much more specific as they went on describing it. Oh, it's this again. .ai. I don't want AI ones. Now, I used to use this a lot, so I'm just gonna use this again. A place, like, I think I used it back in 2015 a lot. That was 11 years ago. I don't remember most of these. A place. I can't think of another one right now. I'll use Bangladesh, and there's no other ones anyways. Over here. Adjective. Distracting. Adjective. Disrupting. Female celebrity. Uh, um, I don't know how to spell her name. Female celebrity, I do not think about celebrities that much. I don't know. How do you... I just don't know how to spell all these names. Betty White. I think she died in 2022, but I don't know. Uh, uh, I guess I'll just use Barack Obama. I don't know, like, I can spell it and I can think about it. Uh, wire, shoe, and, clown nose. Plural noun. Plural noun 1. Screws. Umbrellas. Sprinklers. Claws. Plural profession. Minors. Albert Einstein, the son of Barack Obama and Betty White. was born in Ulm, Germany in 1879. In 1902, he had a job as assistant wire in the Swiss patent office and attended the University of Zurich. There he began studying atoms, molecules, and screws. He developed a theory of distracting relativity, which expanded the phenomena of subatomic umbrellas and disrupting magnetism. In 1921, he won the Nobel Prize for sprinklers and was director of theoretical physics at the Kaiser Wilhelm Schule in Berlin. In 1933, when Hitler became Chancellor of Bangladesh, Einstein came to America to take a post at Princeton Institute for Claws, where his theories helped America devise the first atomic clown nose. Okay, atomic bombs are quite dangerous, but clown noses are just not. There is no question about it. Einstein was one of the most brilliant miners of our time. He was not a miner. Alexander the Great. A place. Oh, okay, Bangladesh. I don't care. Um, I don't know. I actually don't know. Ruth from the Bible. I I I don't even know about that story, by the way. Drake. Noun 1. Microphone. Space. Elevator. Ship. Fan. Part of the body. Wrist. Plural noun 1. Wipes. Plural noun 2. Cookies. Silly word. Brain rot. Type of liquid. Monster. Actually, okay. Yeah, monster, because I'm thinking of the energy drink. In 356 BC, Philip of Macedonia, the ruler of a province in northern Greece, became the father of a bouncing baby microphone. Whatever a baby microphone is. Named Alexander. Alexander's teacher was Aristotle, the famous space elevator. When he was 20 years old, his father was murdered by Ruth from the Bible. After which he became ship of all Macedonia. In 334, he invaded Persia and defeated Drake at the Battle of Bangladesh. I guess it was a rap battle because Drake is a rapper. Later at Arbela, he won the most important victory over Darius III. This made him fan brain rot over all Persians. Then he marched to India and made and many of his wipes died. After that, Alexander began drinking too much Monster, and at the age of 33, he died of an infection in the wrist. His last words are reported to have been, "There are no more cookies to conquer." Alice's World. Adjective 1. Wonky. Adjective 2. Create. Static. Adjective 3. Active. Adjective 4. Flying. Adjective 5. Soaked. Noun 1. Bucket. Noun 2. Onion. Noun 3. Tongue. Pair of tongs. Tongs. Noun 4. Hat. Noun 5. Well, there's a hatter in the Alice in Wonderland stories, so I guess hat would fit with this Mad Lib. Hoop. Noun 6. Washing machine. Noun 7. Cup. Noun 8. Agitator. I don't know how to spell agitator. Screw. Number. 9 plus 10. Plural noun 1. Bubbles. Plural noun 2. Clouds. Verb ending in S. Sparks. Verb ending in S. Slams. Okay. Lewis Carroll's classic Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, as well as its wonky Through the Looking Bucket, have enchanted both the young and the old Bubbles for the last 9 plus 10 years. So that would be 20 years. So that would be all the way back to 2005. Imagine if Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass were written in 2005. Like, it would be quite innovative if it was written back then. Alice's static adventures began when she sparks down an active hole and lands in a strange and topsy-turvy onion. There she discovers she can become a tall pair of tongs or a small hat simply by nibbling on alternate sides of a magic hoop. In her travels through Wonderland, Alice slams such remarkable characters as the White Washing Machine, the Flying Hatter, and the Cheshire Cup, and even the Queen of Clouds. Unfortunately, Alice's adventures comes to a soaked end when Alice awakens from her screw. Amazing Randy. I don't even know who he is. It's gonna be very long. Adjective 1. Scary, silly, boring. Animal. Giraffe. Noun 1. Hole. Noun 2. Bump. Noun 3. Corn. Okay. Potato. Sugar grain. Filter. Grin. Noun 7. Lump. Plural noun. Stairs. Type of liquid 1. Coffee. Type of liquid 2. Ketchup. Recently on TV, I saw an amazing magician and escape artist. Both of his stairs were laced up in a straight jacket, and he was suspended by a hole 60 feet in the air over a busy bump, and he escaped. A man who can do that must be a real potato. How rude of you to say that. I saw a magician once who put a giraffe in a that's really big size difference in a sugar grain, and then waved his magic filter and made it disappear. I saw another scary magician who sawed a beautiful grin in half right on the stage. If you practice hard, there are several silly magic tricks you can learn to do too. For instance, you can learn how to take a glass of coffee and turn it into ketchup. Why would you want to do that? I don't know. Do you like ketchup better than coffee? You don't want to drink ketchup, do you? Or you can wave a boring wand in the air and make it turn into a red lump. All you have to do is memorize the secret magic word. Let me have the text to speech do it instead. Okay, this might take
O
a
A
minute.
E U O A U E O I A E U O I A U E O I A U E O I A U E O I A U O I E U A O E I U O A E U I A U O E I A O U E O I A U E O I A U E O I U A O I E U O A I U E O I A U E O I U A O E U A O I.
If you just remember that simple magic word, you'll be able to do the magic trick. Amusement parks. Adjective 1. Dangerous. Destructive. Infamous. I guess it's infamous, not infamous. Infamous. Animal. Crab. Article of clothing. Clown nose. Noun 1. Clown nose. Strap. Noun 2. Rail. Noun 3. Disaster. Noun 4. Hill. Part of the body. Leg bone. Plural noun 1. Teeth. Plural noun 2. Popsicle. Plural noun 3. Basketball hoops. Type of food. Pie. Type of liquid. Garbage juice. An amusement park is always fun to visit on a hot summer clown nose strap. When you get there, you can wear your clown nose and go for a swim. And there are lots of dangerous things to it. You can start off with a destructive dog on a rail with mustard relish and teeth on it. What kind? Maybe your teeth fell out and now you're eating them. Then you can have a buttered ear of disaster with a nice infamous slice of pie and oh my gosh, it worked so well. Slice of pie and a big bottle of cold garbage juice. I guess it's just like a really edgy name for a candy juice. I don't know. When you are full, it's time to go on the roller coaster, which should settle your leg bone. Why would I need it? Other amusement park rides are the bumper cars, which have little popsicles that you drive and run into other basketball hoops, and the merry-go-round, where you can sit on a big crab and try to grab the gold hill as you ride past it. Basketball broadcast. Adjective 1. Orange. Terrible. Scary. Old. Rotten. Celebrity. Okay, Ruth from the Bible, Drake. Betty White. Barack Obama. Barack Obama. Not Barack Obama. Color. Forest green. Noun 1. Tree. Noun 2. Seat. Noun 3. Chin strap. Number 1. Hey. We are number 1. Okay. 3.14 because it's pi day. 1592653 Did I get it right? Number 2. 20,000. Plural noun. Combs. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Forrest Green Barber, your sportscaster, bringing you the latest inning of the game between the Cleveland Combs and the Orange Yankees. Ruth from the Bible is pitching for the Yankees. Here's the pitch. It's a low, terrible ball that just cuts the inside of the tree for a strike. That makes the count 3.141592653589 strikes and 20,000 balls. That's a lot of balls. Now here's the next pitch. The batter swings and connects. It's a long, high seat out to scary field. But Drake is coming up fast and has it for the second out. The next batter up is Betty White, the Cleveland old stop. She is pretty old. Well, she died, but she was pretty old when she died. Here's this pitch, and it's hit. A short ground ball to third chin strap. Barack Obama scoops it up and throws it to first base for an out, and the game is over, and the Yankees move into second place in the Rotten League. That that is a very rude thing to say. Be a photography for adjective 1, liminal. I'm thinking of liminal space photographers, so I'm just gonna use liminal space. Like related like terminology for this. Unnoticed. Adverb. Quietly. Noun 1. CRT computer. Noun 2. Pool. Noun 3. Portal. Number. Plural noun 1. Cart. Rugs. Noun. Plural noun 2. Picket fences. Noun 3. Film cameras. Many liminal photographers make big money photographing rugs and beautiful picket fences. They sell the prints to uncanny magazines or to agencies who use them in CRT computer advertisements. To be a photographer, you have to have a pool camera. You also need an unnoticed meter and filters and a special close-up portal. Then you either hire professional picket fences or go out and snap candid pictures of ordinary film cameras. But if you want to have a career, you must study very quietly for at least 234 years. Benjamin Franklin, okay. Adjective 1, electric. Adjective 2, false. Adjective 3, mythological. Mythological. Adverb. Terribly. Noun 1. Tight. Noun 2. Fan. Noun 3. Blade. Noun 4. Motor. Plural noun 1. Speed runs. Plural noun 2. Files. Silly word. Sus. Verb. Now before the word sus meant suspicious and like Among Us, it meant it was just like in YouTube poops a lot. Like before Among Us even existed, sus was still used a lot in YouTube poops. Verb. Edit. Benjamin Franklin left school at the age of 10 or to edit for his father, who made candle soaps and speed runs in a little shop in Boston. In 1723, when Franklin was 17, he went to Philadelphia carrying a loaf of kite under his arm. He got a job as an apprentice fan. Apprentice fan. Very interesting. Like, and soon became the editor of the Pennsylvania Gazette, an electric publication. He worked terribly. Why are you being so rude? Why am I being so rude? And in 1732, he published the false book called Poor Richard's Blade. He then became interested in science, and during a thunderstorm, he flew a motor attached to a string. If only kite was over here instead, then it would be accurate. Attached to a string, and proved that lightning and electricity were the same thing. He also invented the harmonica, bifocal files, and started our postal service. In 1776, he became an American ambassador to France and did much to help the mythological cause of American liberty. Franklin was one of the most famous signers of the Declaration of Sus. Bicycle riding. Adjective 1. Adjective 1, sandy. Adjective 2, swift. Adverb, lazily. Noun 1. Tent. Noun 2. Slit. Noun 3. Envelope. I don't know how to spell it. Mold spore. Part of the body 1. Nose. Part of the body 2. Rib. Part of the body 3. Skin. No, not sin. Skin. Part of plural noun 1. Globs. Mailboxes. And curves. Bash. Chomp. Verb ending in ing. Sliding. Most doctors agree that bicycle sliding is a sandy form of exercise that benefits blobs of all ages. How do I keep making things sound so rude? Like, now it's calling people blobs and they need to exercise by riding bikes. Riding a bicycle enables you to develop your nose muscles. Why would you need to do that? And as well as lazily increase the rate of your rib beat. Bicycle riding is also a swift means of tent. More mailboxes around the world bash bicycles than drive curves. No matter what kind of sled you ride, always be sure to wear a mold spore on your head. Don't wear a mold spore on your head, that's not safe. And have reflectors on your skin, especially if you chomp at night. What was this? I don't know. And bird watching and vice versa. Adjective 1. Winged. Sterile. Frozen. Fluffy. Colorful. Funny noise. Gas. Surprise. How do you surprise Pikachu's gasp? Noun 1. Wing. Noun 2. Beak. Noun 3. Tracker. Number 31. Part of the body. Tongue. Tongue. Plural noun 1. Wind currents. Plural noun 2. Plural nouns. Verb. Fall. The bird is falling, not flying. Bird watching can be more fun than a barrel of wind currents. How does wind end up in a barrel if it's closed? Our winged feathered friends, that actually works very well, are everywhere, waiting to be watched. An interesting bird to start with is the sterile oriole, which builds its nest in wing trees. Early in spring, we hear the oriole give its mating call, which sounds like this. Surprise Pikachu's gasp. Then the male and female get together and fall. Later, the female lays 31 eggs. Isn't that frozen? Another fascinating bird is the fluffy-breasted nuthatch. The nuthatch is very tame. He will fly down and land right on your tongue and eat out of your plural nouns. What? You use your tongue to say some plural nouns. It works very well, but it still doesn't make sense. Other birds to watch out for are the red-crested beak, the colorful necked thrush, and the yellow-bellied tracker sucker. Now that you know something about birds, get out there and watch. Bowling. Smooth. Rough. Brick. Rawr. Bowling frisbee. Noun 2. Bowl. Noun 3. Pizza slice. Noun 3. Traffic cone. Number 231. Part of the body. Neck. Place. The creepy alleyway. Plural noun 1. Racetracks. Plural noun 2. Dips. I am making these really fast. Almost every community in America now has a bowling the creepy alleyway. Not grammatically correct. Because bowling has become very smooth with young racetracks, most of them become very rough at the game. The main object of the game is to roll a heavy bowling. There's 2 of them bowling frisbee down the alley and knock down the 231 pins, which are at the other end. If you knock them down in one roll, it's called a frick. If it takes 2 rolls, it's called a rar. Many alleys have automatic bowl setters. Others hire dips who set the pins by pizza slice. The most important thing to remember when bowling is to make sure you have a good grip on the traffic cone, or you're liable to drop it on your neck. Bullfighting. Adjective 1. Dangerous. Adjective 2. Wild. Adjective 3. Spiky. Spiky, okay. Adjective 4. Loopy. Article of clothing. Sock. Exclamation. Ah. Geographic location. Amazon rainforest. Noun. Leaf. Part of the body. Knee. Plural noun 1. Springs. Plural noun 2. Rings. Spanish word 1. I don't know. No. I think that's a word. Bullfighting is a dangerous sport. Yes, it is, which is very popular in the Amazon rainforest. A bullfighter is called a matador, and his equipment consists of a long, sharp leaf called a no, and a bright red sock. He waves his sock at the bull, which makes the bull wild and causes him to charge. That works very well, which makes the bull wild and causes him to charge. The matador then goes through a series of spike maneuvers to avoid getting caught on the bull's knee. If the matador kills the bull, the spectators yell "Hablo" and throws their springs into the ring. If the bull wins, they yell "Ah" and call for another matador. Bullfighting is a very loopy sport, but it will never be popular to America because Americans don't believe in cruelty to rings. Car of the year. Adjective. Worn down. Exclamation. Shoot. Okay, that's really boring, but whatever. I'm not gonna do one I know in person. Rober. Okay. Noun 1. Robe. Noun 2. Robe. Noun 3. Cone. Noun 4. Spoon. Noun 5. Knob. Plural noun 1. Light bulb. Plural noun 2. Pixel. Plural pixels. Light bulbs and pixels. Plural noun 3. Fans. Plural noun 4. Pumps. Plural part of the body. hips. Type of liquid. Molten obsidian. Verb. Choke. It's all here. The all-new Rover, the most luxurious robe you'll ever drive. The only four-door rope that comes equipped with dual air light bulbs, power pixels, and contoured plush leather fans. And believe it or not, it is the only car in its class that can go up to 100,000 pumps without needing a molten obsidian change or a cone tune-up. Run, do not choke to your nearest Rover dealer and feast your hips on the car that Motorspoon magazine calls the worn down knob of the year. As always, we save the best for last. When you see the sticker price, you are sure to shout, shoot.